Hello and welcome to the Bigboomriver channel. I'm a professional poker player and I'm going to show you today how to beat 100 NL Zoom on PokerStars. 2 tables, 1 real player down here in the middle. Using again the Eurogen software gives a little bit more betting options. Let's get straight into the action. If there are any questions, just drop a comment. Going to answer them as soon as possible. Easy fold here against cold forward. Most players won't find the necessary cold forward bluffs, so that we can consider having their 5-bet bluffs or calling light against that. Most of the time this is very nutted, especially in Zoom pools. Like the incentive in bluffing correctly is pretty low because already 3 bets are most of the time too tight. So then when somebody's not 3-betting wide enough, cold 4-betting becomes very fast to blunder. This one is interesting. And I think we are just going to 3-bet call. This guy's pretty wild. Saw that earlier already. Good luck. It's pretty good for us. We just need to hold. Very good flop. Very good turn. Very good river. Ship it. I was first considering calling, but then I saw this guy is pretty crazy. So then we just go for the 3-bet. Could have shoved immediately. Don't think there's big difference. And I think here we want to step in pretty high frequency. That's why I'm going to use a small sizing. Playing against a good reg. And versus call. I guess our play is block betting. Would expect him to c-bet his bottom pair himself. What gets there? 5-6 is raising anyway. Wrapping pocket jacks. 10-9 would raise 2. I have the feeling we have a pretty decent bluff catcher. Also good not to hold clubs, even if he should not bluff it. That's unlucky. But yeah, interesting that he was not c-betting a 7. Yeah, that's a tricky thing about the block bet strategy. Really often we induce random bluffs, and yeah, also need to call off and run sometimes into the nuts. Interesting, definitely his timing. He was raising super fast on the river. I guess we should note that. And here I think we are stabbing versus the back check. And against his call we are definitely bluffing. I think on the turn lots of his ace-x are stabbing that are going to fold now. So yeah, that's nice. Not going to squeeze here against 2 regs. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about my hero call here with the ace-8. Could be a little bit too thin, but I guess we are inducing enough shit on the river that could make it profitable. What speaks against it is for sure his fast timing. Guess he needs to think about at least a little bit more the chance he's going to bluff on the river. But I guess his range is still super wide, giving our small sizing on the turn. So that he has definitely enough bluffs. Oh, actually, I misread the spot. It's not bottom pairs, it was middle pair on the flop. Middle pair is, of course, high frequency in the checking range, which makes my call definitely worse. If it makes it losing, not sure, but I guess so. So if I would replay the hand, I would say he doesn't have much 4x, but he has high frequency 7x that checks back and calls turn. So the board pair on the river is pretty bad for us. Even if we would take the same line on the turn at least with our 7x, and we mix it on the river into our blocking range. Definitely also having an overbetting range on the river. But yeah. Interesting spot. I think if I would replay it now, I think finding the fold is better. Anyway, when you're not very sure about calling the river, tending to folding is most of the time the better play. But yeah, now enough from this. Focus on the next hand. Nitty guy, but 2 regs in the blinds. I don't think we can profitably flat there against the 3x. But yeah, compared to the last days, the pool today looks pretty tough. With the fish in the big blind 7s, yes, in my opinion, a pretty clear flat. Sucks, of course, if the small blind is a reg that punishes the flatting ranges here. But didn't have any information on him. And now we are just going to fold. But yeah, flatting there has a big advantage that the fish is pushing our equity quite a bit. Standard plays, I think, a mix between 3-betting and flatting, and I'm just adjusting on the blinds if I'm going to flat or if I'm going to 3-bet. But we should also not go too far. So 7s should be against cutoff. Already like the bottom of our flatting range on the button. Here, I guess, against the fish or against both fish, I don't think I want to check raise a lot. Play very honest in the sandwich here, and yeah, try to improve. And if we improve, we try to build the pot. But we are also quite often dominated by better flush draws, and our 2-pair is also not 100% clean. So need to be very careful, and yeah, pot control there out of position. Don't say that check raising is horrible, but it's just not my style against fish. I think against fish we can play, the good thing is that we can play pretty honest. Of course we can bluff them when we see that they are very capped, but really often it's not the best idea to bluff a fish, or try to bluff a fish from his top pair, and that's what we need to do when we check raise their aggressive and yeah, barrel multiple streets. So yeah, I just skip the spot and play passive. Interesting board. He should not have 7 deuce and maybe low frequency jack 7 suited. That allows us to bet this board more polarized, and I'm using the B75. Against 2 fish, I think we can see bet here, having some nice backdoors. And yeah, when the nit calls in the small blind, very good chance he has an ace or a flush draw, and on the flush connect, this hand is just over for us. Now we have some showdown value and hope to check it down. But yeah, like we said on the turn is very bad. And yeah, just we have an easy fold here. Seen it a couple of times that some nits were flatting even ace king there in the small blind. So yeah, can't assume that he's kept there. Yeah, don't think there's any scenario where we are going to defend there. This is actually a little bit too wide. But it's a little bit wider than what GTO tells us. But like we were talking about earlier, most players will not find enough cold forward bluffs. So that's allowing us to 3-bet a little bit wider than what the chart tells us. We need to be just careful with the offsuit combination because it's widening our 3-betting range quite significantly. Just adding there hijack against low jack, king queen off is just yeah, widening our 3-bet bluffing range by 16 combinations. So we need to be very aware of this and see who we are doing this against, and yeah, how the table, or like what kind of player types we have behind. I would not recommend to go too crazy, but yeah, doing it once in a while, it's definitely not a big deal. Awareness is key. and I think against the 15-11 nit we are already very indifferent. In theory, I guess we are not allowed to fold at all. Maybe against a tight range, our low pockets overperform because of increased implied equity in case we hit a set, but not very happy about that. So yeah, maybe folding pre-flop is a play. Unknown player in the big blind, fish in the small blind. I guess that allows us to flat here. Again, same logic, we play against init. Guess our equity, like our implied equity in case we hit our set is quite high because there's a good chance that we cooler a strong hand. So I think that allows us with the fish in the blind to flat here profitable. And against support size probe, we are just folding. Our strategy was hitting a set and yeah, stacking the nit or the fish in case we hit it, and we don't want to lose unnecessary money by yeah, battling there against the pot size like probe of the fish. Overall, is a pot size probe by fish very underbluffed, so we need to be very careful. Ace Jack O is a very clear fold, especially against somebody that has 4% 3-bet on the first 180 hands. And against the nit, range betting is the way to go, I guess. Just seeing that this nit is actually just one of 5 possibilities. So in theory we cannot fold here. Against the nit maybe. I'm going to peel 1 and be very careful on turns. That's a pretty good turn. Let's see if we got ourselves here into trouble. But his sizing here is clearly not directional in. Would expect him to bet bigger in case he has like something like pocket 3s. It's a question if we are overplaying our hand, if we are raising. I guess we are just going to call and play some rivers. So also don't want to scare off something like Queen 9. That's a fucking ridiculous river. But I would not necessarily expect him to check raise something like, wait, guess here we have a clear call. I would not expect him to check raise something like King Queen. So what are we losing against? Not so much. I guess he has Queen 9 and we can check back. That's pretty nice. Yeah, Ace Queen, Queen 9 makes lots of sense. Also nice to see what we thought on the turn. Like he was not really looking to get some money in. So it's a classic non-directional in turn sizing. And I guess that nits tend to overfold there against the turn raise. So of course this river is very unlucky for us in like for getting value, but we identified the situation quite correctly that yeah, a river bluff was not necessary and a turn raise will probably be a slight overplay. he double barrels a turn. I guess on this card he would not bluff too much, and we need to find some folds, and I think I'm just start folding here my weakest ace X. Against this check raise with a clear call. But yeah, if we see this hand from a nit, maybe next time we can even fold flop against the check raise. And yeah, here we just bet, try to get the money in. Hope for king queen. This is a classic I have a set play. But there's too much randomness in the lines of recreationals, so that there's no choice for us than putting the money in, but expecting here a quite strong range. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, that's like fucking ridiculous. Yeah, that's ridiculous. But alright. Yeah, crazy that he hits a turn. But not much we can do. When he has 10-6, his turn sizing looks crazy strong. But he was also already like check min raising the flop. So he's just clicking random buttons and no way we can fold there. And yeah, with this highlight, I think it's nice to wrap it up. Going to check this one. Going to be the last hand. Could definitely c-bet, but I think the delayed c-betting line as a bluff performs better. Now we are obviously value betting. Okay, that's it from this session. Yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, press like on this video, and if there are any questions to this, like 2 hands I played, just let me know and I'm going to answer as fast as possible. Yep, goodbye and see you in the next video.